Yes, yes, yes. Microphone check 1 2. Video quality check. Sound check. Ambience check. Good evening, my lovely viewers of the satellite media. My name is Richard Travis Mukisa. I'm live from ADI'S SPOT KIREKA, where we are having a challenge match between Rick Ross and Kawenja. These two have decided to have a contest in a race to 13 on this 19th day of February 2026, and they have just started actually at around 20 minutes to 8 o'clock in the evening. We are streaming this match for the love of the game, for the love of our fans, and for the love of the supporters of these two players. It is going to be a tight encounter. The night might be a little bit longer, with maybe one of these players being a non-attack minded, and of course we know that either player can decide to choose what they wish to play. You may realize that a player like Kawenja can be attack-minded at one time, but he's also deciding in the very first frame to take his little bit of time, because you know he has a yellow top cushion, which he has, of course, to open up in a shot, and actually it has paid off. He snookered Rick Ross, and now he wants to finish the frame once and for all. You are most welcome. Just in case we decide to mute the audio, just excuse us, because you know very well that ADI'S Sport Bar and Lounge has got a lot of stuff that happens here. The restaurant, the bar section, and of course something that propels the movement and the drinking of the beer is music, of which some of this music is copyrighted, so you'll be excusing us when we mute the microphone at certain times. Kindly enjoy the action as it unfolds, with Kawenja now in attack, potting all of them the two last yellows and positioning the cue ball for the black, and I believe he is going to be the first to test whatever has been presented for them to partake of. Welcome. Audio commentary proceeds shortly. Eri bannange bannayuganda mwenna, njagala okutwala omukisa guno okubaaniriza. Tuli ku ADI'S Sport KIREKA, we tuli mu money match, kwegamba omuzannyo gwa pool olwaleero guli wakati wa Kawenja ne Rick Ross. Bano ababiri baludde nga ndowooza beerumaaluma ne basalawo ebyabwe babireete ku mmeeza, era ne balonda ekifo. Balonze ku ADI'S Sport, bagenda kusamba nga asooka ku 13 y'abawangudde. So bannaffe bannayuganda mwenna mbasaba kano ka channel tukalikinge, tusubscribinge, tulikinge, tukomentinge. Yes, mpozi n'ekirala okwongera okubajjukizaamu bano ababiri barwesinga to 13. Akasente ngenda kababuulira ne bwe kabanga katonotono. Bannayuganda giri emitwalo 8 close ku kakadde ke bali mu kulwanira, era omuwanguzi agenda okutwala. Ninja kubasaba ekintu kimu, waliwo ka button ak'ekigalo wansi awo ng'olaba, ne bw'oba oli ku screen tambuza remote yo olikinge stream eno, bannaffe bangi basobole okuba nga bagiraba. Ate n'ekirala, commentinga kaawo kiki ky'oyagala tutereezeemu. Oyagala twongereyo tubere ne kamera angles za mirundi ng'ebiri? Oyagala kukola otya? Kino kitumala tutambuliraawo, ebirala tujja kulongoosa nga obuwagizi bwammwe weebuli. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala. Our delight, dear pool lovers, is to serve you always to the best. How could we even start tomorrow to narrate about what wasn't even on camera? How could we begin analyzing a match like this one if it wasn't captured? Yes, please. And you know very well that for us, our target is to make all players appear on camera. Even if you are an average player and you want your match to be live streamed, just contact the satellite media CEO or the handler of the satellite media channel, and of course you'll have your match streamed. It is through these streams that the team managers of different pool clubs in the country can spot the best players. It is through these streams that the teams that want to have signings of some of these players can of course use the streams to base on, to take analysis, to look at how the players they want to sign are playing, to check how best they can improve them, and of course help them propel their sport and their talent to further and higher heights. So therefore, I always say that whenever you want your match to be streamed, just contact me. If I am able to purchase data, I will do that. And if I'm unable, still I will tell you to support me with some data, and I have your match streamed for record purposes, for the writing of history on the books of the pool family. It is a short encounter. It's a race to 13. Nonetheless, we expect that the match may take close to an hour. It will also depend on the speed these players are using. If one of them goes for attack, just like Kawenja is doing in the second frame, then we expect the race to 13 to end shortly so that we can have the rest of the weekend enjoyed. As of course you know very well that sometimes the weekend starts on a Thursday. With a little bit of a problem, but I think if he plays top spin, if he's not snookered in the black, he will be controlling and manipulating cue ball for the red that is portable in the left middle. He decided to play with the back spin. I don't know how good the shot will be. The landing of the cue ball isn't for the potting of the red into the left middle, but I think he's aiming top right corner pocket. Kawenja aiming for the second in the match. Perfect shooting. However, yes, he almost got snookered, and I believe frame number 2 is also going to be won by Kawenja. Score update 2-0 in favor of Kawenja. Breaking frame number 3 was Rick Ross, who broke the frame, potted the ball, but I think Kawenja didn't read the match very well, and umpire has also not informed him. Actually, umpire left him to foul just because of being a little bit of game blind, and he's going to be penalized for that. Now Rick Ross back on table with a free shot. He almost grabbed the cue ball by hand, and yet there is an umpire. He later realized, and you've seen him requesting for cue ball. Now utilizing his free shot, placing the cue ball in the bulk. I think now he wants to open up. There is a yellow that is close to the black, which he wants to open up with his free shot. He does it very perfectly, and I think if he plays any color, the frame is a finishable one. Maybe it is frame number 3 that Rick Ross will have to get himself the first in the match. Johnson Mandela says Rick Ross is not serious. He would have finished that frame. Yeah, it was clearly and quite finishable, but you know, the game is starting. Maybe he has a little bit of pressure, developing nerves, and that one is compromising his target and, of course, efficiency in the match. However, I think if he calms down, he's capable of having, yes, this frame, the third one, cleared. Enjoy the live stream. Ensure that you have tapped that notification button if you're a subscriber. And if you aren't a subscriber, kindly ensure that you subscribe so that the satellite media is always your first to give you a notification whenever a live match is live streamed. For those of you who do not know where we are at ADI'S SPOT KIREKA, of course, off Namugongo Road, around 200 meters from Total. There is a petrol station. I think it is a Shell petrol station, Shell KIREKA, off Namugongo Road, just 200 meters. How best can he clear this frame? He's leaving cue ball, I think, for the roll of the yellow to top left corner pocket of your screen. After that, you must maintain cue ball for the potting of the yellow on the center, on the right. He has missed the target just because probably he needed a perfect cue ball. I have always said that once you are not a senior player, one of the things that causes the missing of the targets is wanting to manipulate cue ball and wanting it very perfectly. Now Rick Ross with unforced errors. Maybe losing again the third frame to Kawenja. Kawenja looks very clinical this evening, and I believe he's going to use his experience in the local tournaments. He also played in the National Open Pool Championship. Of course, he's an experienced player, and very soon he's going to update me of the club he plays for in the National League. Kawenja ndowooza azze kunoonya naye ate he has also missed. Rick Ross wins himself a first in a race to 13 in the first 3 frames that so far have been played here at ADI'S Spot. Score update 2-1 in favor of Kawenja. May the best player win. Bazanye. Dear fans, some of the challenges that come with live streaming in a place like this one, in a bar, is the music that is always played and the music that is always very, very loud in the place. Kindly allow me, if you don't feel the ambience that makes live streaming and watching of pool very sweet, of course the sounds of the hitting of the balls, the sounds of the racks, the sounds of the fans at the arena, it is sometimes what keeps us watching and supporting online. However, for copyright infringement, allow me mute this microphone shortly. I will be unmuting as now Rick Ross is snookering Kawenja for having missed a shot. I think he's paying for the miss. Now he has been fully snookered, but the scores are 2-1 in favor of Kawenja. Kawenja, after being snookered, he finds his yellow and almost potted it. However, he ran short of a little bit of power. Enjoy the live stream. We are live at ADI'S SPOT KIREKA, and my name is Richard Travis. Welcome. The only challenge, dear fans, that I want to apologize for is the absence of audio commentary. There is too much music in this place. Actually, as you know, the place at this time, a place that dawns as a bar, a restaurant with very expensive drinks. Some corporate guys are already in the place and they want company of the music. For us, we shall be muting a little bit and have intervals of audio commentary as Kawenja takes on Rick Ross in frame number 7. Kawenja is leading by 4 frames to 2, and I want to welcome all of you to the satellite media and thank you for having chosen this time to give me company as we experience live pool from the 2, of course, young lads. I am very much aware that these 2 have great love for pool, and actually it is what is making them have even this money match. You, the fans, have contributed so much to the hyping of this tournament, hyping some players, and of course having some kind of controversies between these players of pool. It is your hype, it is your banter on the different WhatsApp platforms that make these money matches sometimes happen. I have seen banter between Caesar, Aiden and Jerry, where some of them are calling one another a side chick, others are calling them, they have already had a marriage. So it is those banters that keep the vibe in pool, and of course causing some of these battles. I have recently had some fans now beginning to a little bit feel uncomfortable just because now Bwanika Mansour and Ibra Sejeb are very close friends, with some fans saying that they might not even have a battle between those 2 very soon, because how even do you call for battle when you are very close to each other? So it is sometimes very hard to have battles between friends. The night might be a little bit long. Out of the 25 frames to be played tonight, this is the 7th, and Kawenja is leading by 4 frames to 2, with Rick Ross so far being the more careful player, the slow cure, but maybe he will take his grip as the match grows older to take on the counter-attack mode so that he is not left behind and maybe lose the match. Thank you for being at the satellite media. Audio commentary proceeds shortly. In attack is Kawenja, however, his yellows look a little bit problematic, and I don't think whether he can have any other easy pots. Chanley Banda, you're saying for how much? I think you are asking about the battle, how much they are playing for. The amount is close to 1 million Uganda shillings. And of course, for those of us who can have an exchange of this amount into Uganda shillings, this is close to 300 US dollars that they are fighting for tonight. Bliss, welcome to the stream. Angufi Johnson Mandela, welcome. And thank you for your comment. Ramasula Mbarara's Seed 1, thank you for watching the live match between Kawenja and Rick Ross. For those of us who know the playing style of Rick Ross, is one of, actually for the two players, he's the slower, and I think it is the nerves that made him miss that block to the center pocket. Kawenja might utilize this chance to have the game taken. Two in favor of Kawenja. Kawenja alabika azze kuwenja amunanga ebintu ebimuto omukisa gwe guba guzze ate toguzanyisa. So Kawenja munanga agambye kase yeggukireko wano bwatyo, wuyo agenda atambula mpola mpola bwalonderera. Omanyi naliraba eyo oba naziraba eyo enva endiirwa oluusi azisanga bazijjayo. Now Kawenja in attack mode, and Kawenja to break frame number 8. He needs only 8 frames to have this match won, whereas Rick Ross needs all of them 11 out of the remaining frames. IBK Munnamityana nkulaba kwoli webale kubeerako era mu komenti yo ogamba Kawenja yange Lucas wali kansubira obubaka buno subira actually kisubire nti ngenda bumutegeeza. I am going to inform Kawenja that you are saying he should hurry up, win this match and have another encounter with Lucas Buma. Thank you for watching. Musiho Hussein, my friend, my old time mate, with whom we started this pool at trial in a certain district that if only permitted I will have it mentioned. You are a member of ADI'S Sport and thank you for watching even when you are at the venue. Thank you, my brother. I have taken a lot of lessons from you from the time you started giving me some piece of advice. Whenever I'm challenged, I give you a call. And actually, that is what makes brotherhood a real thing. For whoever is watching, this is a live match here at ADI'S Spot Kireka. Yes, for my Kenyan friends, this is where Keruche, the pool queen, visited and had some fun with most of the ladies in the Ugandan national team. It is a place where Ganda and some other players who were invited for the ATS Super 8-man comp had their accommodation, and of course it was the venue. It is an area where Caesar had the trilogy with Ibra Sejemba, and this is almost the home of ATA. Thank you, different fans from different WhatsApp groups, maybe where you got this link. I want to thank you for always, of course, tuning in and tapping that link to have the match watched. There is nothing I can pay you, and I only say thank you and thank you and thank you. Maybe for those that I do not know, you could be using an account, a private one, but of course you are on stream. Thank you for sparing your data to have us given company this evening. It is 25 minutes to 9, and so far out of the 7 frames played, with this one being number 8, Kawenja is leading by 5 frames to 2. Continue enjoying as live stream proceeds shortly with its audio. Twasoose kulowooza nti tuyinza okulwawo ng'era abamu ku mmwe mwaŋŋambye nti nfune data amala kubanga geemu eyinza okuggwa ku ssaawa nga 8 ogw'ekiro. Naye okusinziira ku bye tulabako mu kadde kano njagala okubategeeza nti yadde abalenzi bonna balabika nga b'amaanyi naye waliwo alabika nga asukulumye ku banne era ng'oyo ye Kawenja mu frame ey'omwenda afunye free shot era nga agenda kubanga akuloozinga emmeeza. Akulembedde n'obugoba 6-2 era enjawulo eri wakati awo ya bugoba 4 bwasinzaako munne Rick Ross. Mu bumpimpi oyinza okugamba nti Rick Ross yakateeba bbulaaka 2, Kawenja yakateeba bbulaaka 6 ate nga bonna baseyegguka nga badduka asooka ku bugobe 13 yajja okubanga alidde empanga. Thank you Innocent Isaac, you saying you're watching from the Oil City in Hoima. Thank you for tuning in and welcome to the stream. Tumsime James 6096 watching from Entebbe Road, and thank you. Maybe if I could exactly know the place, because I also almost on a daily basis move along Entebbe Road. Yes, the arenas along Entebbe Road, we normally camp at Lukia's Arena in Zana, off 200 meters Nyanama Road, at the Fortbet building. You can pass by and enjoy the game on the best Super League table as a center table in that place. Actually, one of the top players in this country said that it is Lukia who has the best Super League table in the country. Maybe some fans who have visited different arenas can attest to this, if really that table is good. I'm not heaping praise on it, but of course I'm exactly replicating what one of the senior players said. Yeah, you can pass by and have a game or 2 or 3 and some drinks. Of course, the Baganda say that where the young one knows is where it rains. Nti omuto gy'amanyi enkuba gy'etonnya. So olinza okusanga ng'oyo senior player ezo ze zimu ku mmeeza entono z'azannyiddeko n'agiraba nga nnungi kwe kugamba nti yesinga mu ggwanga. We don't have truth on that, but of course maybe with time as we go on visiting different places like we are here now, we shall have to have this attested and proven. Welcome once again. It is a race to 13 with Kawenja having a sharp cut of his yellow in the previous shot and maybe missing the black which he wanted by bank, but of course didn't foul. Rick Ross may utilize this chance to clear the frame or even try to snooker Kawenja for only one more time and have the red top opened. And have the red top opened. Kondwani Kachali, you're saying you always appreciate the job well done by Richard. The streaming is very fine. And you say you're watching live from Lilongwe, the capital city of Malawi. Thank you, Kachali, Kondwani, and I believe one time we shall have to link up. That I believe, and God willing, we shall have to share some moments. Dear fans, continue liking, sharing, and commenting. Give your predictions as we keep the vibe and the fire burning. Council David says, following closely. Thank you. I know you are a member of this very place, and maybe just today that you have not passed by, but thank you for always closely following us wherever we go. And you're saying thanks for the coverage. Network admin is supporting Kawenja. Says, come on Kawenja. Kawenja is already in a comfortable lead. Unless Rick Roth unleashes one of his sharpest swords in this fight, maybe he can mount a comeback and also have this match won. But according to the way I see the two players playing, Kawenja looks very comfortable on the table compared to Rick Ross. Mohom Zabia says sure win Kawenja. Let's keep watching. Council David also says Kawenja likely to win. Thank you for your predictions. One can even decide to put the scores that they think the winner will win with or by. It might be a very big margin, but I see now Rick Ross has only 3 reds, which are well spaced, with the one top cushion being his insurance ball to connect to the black. How he manipulates the cue ball now is upon him to have the match won. Muhum Zabias gives a prediction. Thank you. He says Kawenja to win 13-7. And network admin says, how are you doing today, bro? Yes, I'm fine, though passed by the hospital, wasn't feeling a little bit fine. Passed by the hospital, but because of the love of this sport, I had to come here even after medication to have this match streamed. Anyway, how could we wake up tomorrow to start narrating about the battle which we didn't witness? Maxwell Poro, live from Mombasa. I like both players in Kawenja and Rick Ross. I like the commentary. Keep it English so well all understand. Yes, Maxwell, this is a very positive compliment, and thank you so much. May God bless you for always keeping us company. once again, I want to welcome all of you. Kindly keep typing that thumbs up button, keep liking the stream so that our friends who may not be in the know are also notified, and YouTube may recommend this stream to other online viewers. Shibambo Fani saying, watching from Pretoria, South Africa. Thank you so much. Muhumu Zabias, you're asking whether there is any other match after this. Let us keep clocked here for any information or for any upcoming info. You never know. Rick Ross might even need a rematch immediately after this, or we might have another money match, because we have some players in the house who may wish to take on Kawenja or any other player. We have a Siku Junior, Black Sheep is in the house, and other prominent players. They are around, as I will be giving them a mention. To Musime James, thank you for watching from Ndeje. Call Harriet, watching from Soroti. Send greetings to our friends from Soroti, Kumi, and other parts of eastern and northern Uganda. We have a Siku Junior, Black Sheep is in the house, and other prominent players. They are around, as I will be giving them a mention. See you again. Thank you for watching. Sending greetings to our friends from Soroti and northern Uganda. Rick Ross breaking frame number 11. However, he's trailing by 3 frames to 7 in favor of Kawenja. Let us keep the fire. The mountain is looking so big for Rick Ross. The journey looks a little bit longer for him. He may mount a comeback. The difference of 4 frames is not very big, but he has to be reminded that Kawenja needs 6, and for him, he needs 10. Just in case there is absence of audio commentary, kindly bear with us. I informed you earlier that there is music being played in the place, and whenever it sounds too much and may infringe and maybe have the effect of copyright, we shall be muting. Kindly bear with us. Yes, welcome once again to the live stream. The match is between Rick Ross and Kawenja. Yes, I have a legendary player here whom I would like to have you greeted and maybe have a word or two. Yes, he's going to introduce himself and maybe answer a few questions. Yes, you are welcome to the satellite media. Kindly introduce yourself to the viewers.
Thank you so much, the viewers. My name is Alfred Guminkiliza, aka Black Sheep, the legend himself, the former national captain and the former national pool champion. As all know, when it comes to pool in Uganda, I am one of the top players, or the top guns, or the top influencer that at least can give perspective on the sport as it goes on. Today I'm so delighted to be on this stream and to be hosted. First of all, I want to thank the players, Kawenja playing Rick Ross. It's a challenge that everyone was expecting. Everyone is expecting who is who, but I know the best man may win. First of all, I want to thank the director of this media to keep supporting us players and streaming and putting us in the limelight, where most of you would want to come and watch, and you can't be accessed, but you can watch via your laptops, via your phones, via any social media. I thank you for that. But as you see the game is moving so well. I see Kawenja now has 8-4. So far, Kawenja is doing good, and I've seen so far Rick Ross is doing some errors. But of course, as sportsmen, may the best player wins.
Thank you very much, Bwana Black Sheep. I believe this is your nickname. Can you kindly inform my viewers, some in South Africa, Lilongwe, others in Hoima, they may not know, when were you national champion?
As always I tell people, I've been in this sport as a top player for 27 years. I became a national champion in 2012. But 2012, I brought up a proposal whereby how the national champion must be. But I was so delighted, and I got a chance. In 2014, I was again on the national open finals, where I lost to Njagumane Amos when they had 1 year back, when they had started giving cars. But me, unfortunately, I didn't win a car. But of course, once a champion, always a champion.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be a champion, because there are very many players in the country who are playing competitive pool, but being a national champion is not easy. But I give that the glory to the God, the mighty God, that I am because of this sport.
Of recent, I saw you win a prize here in a tournament that was organized. Actually, you won it, a tournament that was organized here at ADI'S Sport. How are you maintaining yourself on form? How are you keeping fit? Maybe a player outside there would want to take your advice.
Of course, as you know that I'm a man of sport, I'm a pool guy. Pool is my passion, is my game. I do a lot of training, and when you look at the previous performance in the National League, I am one of the top 5 players who are performing well in the National League. So in Uganda we say tozikiza. I always keep my leg on the pedal, on accelerator, because that's what I always want. And in a real perspective, I want to thank one of our Ugandan players, Chandiga Caesar. It was privileged. Was my goals. It was privileged to be recognized in the Pro Series, Ultimate Pro Series. It's a big mileage to us as players in Uganda and the entire continent in Africa. We are so delighted that we have our own Chandiga Caesar to be in the Pro Series. So we congratulate him and we wish him the best.
I believe Caesar Chandiga is going to get this information loud and clear. If not, our fans are going to crop out this very message and send it to him, that Black Sheep is wishing him very well in the Pro Series in the Ultimate Pool. That is in the UK.
Of course, of course, on the entire continent, you know, me, I'm a man of Q sport.
Yes.
When I see someone has talent, I wish him well. As you all know, that if you have your own, you must support your own to be on the climax. So we should wish our brother Chandiga to go and perform.
Of course, when
Perform and give us
that is
a marriage, so that we will have another Chandiga to go and also participate in
and
the
I've already seen some young lads already emulating his talent,
and
some are admiring.
All the pool fraternity in the entire continent, on the entire world, pool is growing. It's growing so fast, but we all urge and call upon the sponsors and our leaders to come and support these new young talents, because we have talent, but we need to be supported so that these boys can come out and do better and better and better.
Thank you so much. What should your fans expect of you in the time to come?
Of course, this year as a legendary, I joined one of the club called 408. It's called in Tinder. But I wish to let my fans, all the pool fans, the pool well-wisher, this year we want to put something new. And to my fans, as me, Black Sheep, I'm doing my best to come back on my form, but you know, on the green bed, anyone who's best, he takes the lead and wins. So you must work hard, both financially, both training and mental mentality. Must be
upright. As they come back from the timeout, I see the match is 84 in favor of Kawenja. They have actually requested for a short timeout. What do you think is your prediction as our fans also get back?
As the game goes, I will not say that the score will end like this, but I see Kawenja, as you see the game, to be fair, he has a upper hand. He's leading by 4, and remember it's raised to 13, so it means he's looking for 5 games, and his opponent is looking about 9 games.
Yeah.
So his opponent, he needs to fight hard to come back, or if he doesn't fight hard, he may lose. But a game is a game. Anyone can win at any time. I salute you, my fans. Cheers.
Thank you so much. It has been nice having you on the Satellite Media. Kindly stay blessed. May God bless you.
My pleasure.
Dear fans and viewers, that has been Black Sheep, the former legendary national champion. Of course, they call him Shepero. Has been giving us some insights here and there, and of course, just as you know, he couldn't miss out to be here at ADI'S Spot to witness Kawenja and Rick Ross showcase on the green bed. The game as it resumes, let us wish the best player to win. Yes, Rasila Rendani says we are watching from South Africa. Nice games. Rick Ross is too slow in his shot. That is evident, but thank you for the comment. Maxwell Poro, Shepero forgot to mention he captained the Akanya Pool Club in the National League recently. Big up to the legendary Black Sheep. Yes, thank you, Maxwell, for that compliment. He says he still backs Rick Ross. Big up to Shepero from Dr. Maxwell of Akanya. Oh, thank you, Dr. Maxwell. Thank you so much. Yes, other players are in the house, and if we get time during any other break, we shall be bringing you their voices to have a shout out to their fans. Meanwhile, in March, we want to wish Caesar Chandiga success in the Ultimate Pro Series in UK, where he is going in one of his calendar activities in the year 2026. Yes, 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 yes. Audio check. Believing that I'm clear, loud. Yes. Audio check. I want to thank you once again for having kept on the satellite media. I am reading some of your comments. Maxwell Poro, Dr. Maxwell of Akanya, you're saying you still back Rick Ross. Big up to Shepero. And from Dr. Maxwell of Akanya. Frank Muhire says Dada Ju. We may not be aware of who Dada is of the two players. Kindly clarify who is Dada that you are supporting. Some fans from South Africa, Zimbabwe, Nairobi, Hoima and other districts of the country and other parts of Africa would like to know who Dada is. As of course I bring to you one of the comments made by one of the pool players. I don't know whether he was making fun. That is Ibrahim Kayanja. I've just interacted with him and his advice to Rick Ross was we should remove him from table. I don't know whether he was joking, but he said let's remove Rick Ross from the table. Otherwise he might not finish the match. But according to me, I see Rick Ross very strong. I don't want to believe in what Ibrahim Kayanja Musirama has just said. Maybe because he has broken the fast, that's why he has given us that kind of comment. Yes, and allow me give you some of the information. I have a lion here that's roaring. Emma Ryan of ADI'S Spot is saying that if any of the managers of these two players is listening to us and watching the match live, Emma Ryan says he's very available. Any stake, any player that is currently on in this battle, that is either Kawenja or Rick Ross, he says he's very much available. Emma Ryan of recent punished Rocket, as is known on Urban Arcade. I think they locally call him Maso. He punished him terribly. Of course, some fans and Mutumba Farouk was like, Rocket didn't believe that Lucas Buma beat him terribly in Mitiana. And of course, when he also came on table, Emma Ryan punished him. He's saying he's very much available. Anyone in the comment section, anyone watching, can have any of these players playing tonight. Of course, have their stake so that they can play Emma Ryan. He says he's very much available. Mathematically, they say Rick Ross is 5 frames less than Kawenja. And of course, Kawenja is 5 frames ahead of Rick Ross. if they are racing to 13 and the total number of frames to played is 25 and they have so far played 15 frames, how many frames does each one need to win the match? And what is the difference in receipts? And what is the ratio of the frames of Kawenja to Rick Ross that have so far been played and won by either player? Welcome to the stream. My name is Richard Travis Mukisa, behind the camera. I am somewhere in the corridor where sound and music is not too loud. That's why I have unmuted, and I want to hear from you in the comment section how I wish YouTube had some voice notes. But of course they could interrupt with the streaming and the ambience. Maybe we can utilize the comments that are available for now. What do you think Rick Ross should do as of now? And what do you think Kawenja should do in order not to make Rick Ross to take off completely and fail to request for a rematch? Your comments will be read loud here. Thank you. Your comments will be read loud here. Thank you. I want to remind you that Ryan is inviting either of the two players that are playing right now. He is inviting them for a money match if any is ready. Yes, I am using audio to pass this, but I will also meet the players physically, and maybe they can talk to their managers to have them get the stake to play Ryan. The information will be coming just in case of any upcoming match. Now, my counterpart MC Terminal says Rick Ross is going to win. I don't know whether you're making a sarcastic comment, but let us keep watching. Anything can happen on the green bed. Yes, I believe anything can happen. We have ever seen a comeback. I want to give the most recent example where Caesar was 12 frames away. It was actually a 12-3 in favor of Jerry, but he managed to be the first to 20. Imagine, he managed to be the first to 20. At 12-3, he needed 17 frames and Gandagana needed 8, but Caesar was the first to reach 20. He made it 20 frames when Jerry was on 18. Unfortunately, in that match, he failed to win the decider. So we believe anything can happen. Bliss says mathematical Rick Ross might need some divine help to win this battle as it stands. Maybe he can apply a bulldozer method. If he doesn't solve this equation differentially, it looks a very technical equation to solve by Rick Ross now. In a race to 13, a colleague needs 3, you need 8. You must really put up your A game. However, for us the viewers who are neutral, we say may the best player win. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it is now evident that Rick Rose is on the verge, maybe, of losing this match. Kawenja, who has been so far the better cure. In this one-sided encounter, Kawenja is leading by 12 frames to 6. Actually, is twice as more scores as Rick Ross has. They are racing to 13. He needs only one. He is potting almost everything, and in this decisive frame for him, he is already in attack, and his yellows look finishable. That is, if cue ball is manipulated very well. With his unforgiving cueing, Kawenja is on the verge of clearing this frame. Some of the predictions were 13-7, I believe. 13-7, I believe. 13-7, I believe. Muhum Zabia says Herbert can give any of these players a head start of 4 in a race to 7 and he still wins comfortably. I am not sure of that. You know, a game is a game. For sure, Malevu needs a head start. Malevu, I think Malevu, you're meaning someone, the one with beards. And Frank Muhire says this is fear. Probably you were commenting on a shot made by maybe Rick Ross. I want to confirm. A shot made by maybe Rick Ross. I want to. Edekasien Enoch Ronnie, you were at first saying, you said that throw the cue and run away, Ricky. My namesake won't run away. He won't be man enough if he takes off in the match. He must be like Emugishu, who is going to undergo circumcision. You have to stand firm to show manhood. And this is a sport, of course. He is aware that anything can happen in a game. Kawenja now might lose this frame because he has fouled. And Rick Ross is very technical in using the free shots and using the many balls to have, of course, his match won. Dear lovely fans, I again for one more time apologize for the absence of audio commentary. There is too much music in the place. However, I believe we are enjoying the match between Rick Ross and Kawenja. The frames are now 12-7 in favor of Kawenja. The race is 13. Kawenja needs only one, and if he can utilize this chance that he has been given, he can have the game end for now. I am very much aware when you look at the t-shirt that Rick Ross is donning, has a writing end game, and actually the game may end at this very exact hour. We started at around 7:30 in the evening, and it is now coming to 10 o'clock in the night. You can see how much time we have taken on the stream, but I want to thank you for having traversed, for having endured, for having sustained the viewing up to this particular time. We are close to 100 watching this live match. May God bless you for this generosity and for the enjoyment of the sport. Let us journey together as we portray, as we proclaim, as we advertise, as we promote the Q sports in Africa, Uganda, and the entire world. Promote the Q sports in Africa, Uganda, and the entire world. It is not yet over until it is over. Dear fans, according to the way Rick Ross is coming from behind, maybe if pressure mounts on Kawenja, we might witness the closing of the gap historically on the 19th day of February being made by Rick Ross after almost trailing by 12 frames to 5. He is now having 8 as Kawenja has 12. Kawenja needing 1, Rick Ross needing 5 to make it 13. Will it be possible? Will Kawenja have a 1 visit clearance since it is Rick Ross on the break? Breaking frame number 21. What will come out? Rick Ross he has been breaking the other style of Mansour, breaking from behind and having a few balls spread, leaving almost a cluster of balls. Will he utilize that, or he is already aware that the match is gone? Why doesn't he attack? Why doesn't he go for the frame? Maybe that kind of break is his fighting tool that will ensure that he scores the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, and maybe the 12th, and force this match into a decider, which looks actually impossible, but you never know. In life, there is nothing that is impossible. Ladies and gentlemen, Kawenja has emerged the winner and has been lifted by one Misamba Ashraf in race to 13. The scores are 13-8 in favor of Kawenja. The match has ended with Kawenja leading by 5 frames. Thank you for being good viewers. I thank you for having been a good pattern. Very, very entertaining night with a miss of the black by Rick Ross. That would have made the scores 9-12. Kawenja couldn't hesitate to punish him for that big miss. Allow me wish you a very, very lovely night and thank you for moving with me. I remain Richard Travis Mukisa. See you in the next one as it comes. Kindly remember to subscribe if you have not subscribed, and please tap that notification button that next time any match goes live, you are among the first to get notified. Thank you, and thank you Africa, thank you Uganda, thank you East Africa and the entire world. This night we are at least fed optically, and we believe that for the love of the game, at least that spirit has been satisfied. Thank you so much. Allow me have a word or two from Kawenja. Sebo mukuru Kawenja, njagala oyogera ekigambo kyonna ky'osobola okwogera, obuwanguzi buno kye bukwongerako, era nsonga ki ezikuyambye okusobola okuba nga owangula bata eno?
Bata eno nade sijetekedde bulungi olw'ensonga nti mbadde nzanya bubi. Omusajja yanguddeko obugwi naye nze ndirwedde waba alirwedde okuddamu ozanya leesi yonna, sente zonna zayagala wendi. Ndirwedde okuddamu omuzanya era ndi steady kati ndi fit nsobola ozanya.
Wakusaba maaki kati osobola okuddamu?
Ne wansaba maaki kati mba nsobola okuddamu nenzanya.
Nsonga ki ezikuyambye okusobola okuba nga oteeba emipiira nga bw'oteebye bw'otyo?
Training mbadde nkolamu ku training nsobole okwekuuma nga ndi fit.
Okay. Emarayani agambye waali esente zonna reesi yonna osobola okumwaŋŋanga olunaku olwaleero oba olunaku oluddako oba olina kusooka kwetegekamu?
Emarayani bw'aba njagala nejja tusobola ozanya, sirina buzibu, nejja tusobola ozanya.
Kale tweyanziza nnyo, tweyanzenge. Tusaba Katonda akwongera obuwanguzi mu geemu eziddako, era tusaba nti tekikoma wano, omuzannyo gutwale mu maaso. Twagala okulaba nga muwangula era nga mweyongerayongerako. Olinayo b'osobola okutumirako?
Okusooka kasooke ntumire gwe abadde atukwata, weebale nnyo, weebalire ddala okubanga omuzannyo gwaffe obuddeyo ne bakuyita n'ogamba sijja nnyoma bazannyi kangende nkwata abalyo. Tukwebaliza ddala, tusaba tujjaako omukono osigale ng'okyagenda n'ekyomumaaso.
Ky'olina okumanya, ffe ku channel yaffe tetuboola musambi yenna, kubanga tukimanyi nti eno ye platform gye musobola okukozesa bamaneja bammwe ne babalaba nga musamba bulungi, n'abo abaagala okubasayininga ne basobola okubasayininga era ne babatwala mu maaso. So ffe tetuliiko ebyo, ffe kasita wabeerawo maaki yonna nga ya puulu, ffe tujja giteekangayo era abasambi bonna tubakoowola nti wabeerawo mbato zonna tutegeeze tujje tubakwate tubatengeyo. Oba oli awo big cares, oba oli awo maneja yenna omulala mu nsi asobola okulaba maaki eno n'agamba omusambi oyo nsaba kumwongerako n'akutuukirira, of course naawe n'obeera nga weeyongeddeko.
Kaneebaze maneja Kenny. Maneja Kenny yambeereddewo nnyo era yatayidde neno tournament. Yeebale nnyo, yeebalire ddala, asigale nga akyagenda mu maaso.
Kale tweyanziza nnyo, tweyanzege. Katonda akukuumire obeere bulungi.